Right, we are back in Pripyat now, and what we are about to do is probably one of the most dangerous things I have ever done since exploring. We are going into the basement of Pripyat Hospital. Now this is where all the firefighters who are trying to put out the fire in Chernobyl Reactor 4, this is where all the firemen's clothes and gear was thrown underneath. So obviously they come to the hospital, very radioactive poisoning. The doctors took off all of their gear and just threw it in the basement. Now this is highly radioactive. I do not encourage anybody to go into this basement. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous, but at the same time, I've really wanted to see this for a very long time. Right, gonna gear up and we will head to the hospital. What, right down the bottom or in there?
Here you go.
Guys, this feels absolutely surreal to be down there. So explorers, this is our first sighting of the fireman's shoes. And as you can tell, the Geiger counter has gone up to 28, 40, 43. If I go closer, $87, 91, almost at 100. And all this was firefighters' clothes and safety equipment. As you can see, they got the safety clothes over there, boots down there. And again, I'm going to put it closer to it. As you can see, it jumps. I'll take it away. So 73, if I pull it closer, it jumps right up to 70, 79, 86, 90. We're going to read 100 there. Yeah, 99, 103.9, 106. Damn. Even now it's reading, and we're not even putting the Geiger counter close. It is reading 52, and we're not even putting it down towards the equipment. 30, 61. Wow, that is going absolutely crazy. Almost 1,000. 2,000. That's incredible. That is very, very dangerous. So that's how much you'd get in your, if we was here for an hour, that's how much radiation would be going through your body and how much you would pick up. 702 and almost 2,000 we read on that. Firefighters' trousers. Not as radioactive as the shoes, obviously, because the shoes connect to the ground and you pick up the radiation and the particles of the shoes, but still very radioactive. So this is a fireman's protective coat. 28, 30. Not as radioactive, but check out this. So guys, the slippers that you can see here were from the nurses and the doctors who actually worked here. Now obviously they got in contact with the firefighters, so even their clothes and their shoes would have to have been thrown down here because they were contaminated. Now in this room in front of us was the mattresses that the firefighters would have slept on in the hospital and laid on. Now obviously it's not going to be as contaminated as the shoes, but because their bodies are contaminated, these had to be thrown away as well.
You stack that high off the floor.
Right, explorers, let's carry on and walk down and see what else we can see in the basement. Again, looks like another workshop. As you can see, there's desks, chairs, all sorts in there, even medication by the look of it, right at the back in that cabinet. Oh, there's an elevator as well. So there's an elevator to get you down into the basement. Obviously it takes you from ground floor, second floor, down into the basement. Looks like some sort of fire down there. Again, this room is absolutely littered with like slippers, shoes, everything that the nurses, doctors, maybe firefighters, I don't think any firefighter clothing's in there, would have been thrown away. And as you can see, right in front of us on that shelf, in perfect condition, is a pair of shoes. And as you can imagine, they would have been left there from 1986, and they're still in that perfect condition, never been touched. Now the further we walk away, the less contaminated this basement is. Obviously right at the beginning there was the firefighters' clothes, shoes, which is the most contaminated objects down here. Old beer bottle. But yeah, if I turn my torch off, guys, this is how dark it is. Let's turn the light back on. Now as I walk through here, you could just imagine the panic and the chaos that would have gone on around us. The nurses would have been down here, throwing all the firefighters' clothes away as fast as they could. Now as you can see, the paint are peeling off from a lot of these boilers, machinery. It gives it that extra eerie feel as we walk through here. Again, explorers, before we leave this basement, firefighters' trousers, firefighters' shoes, safety jacket, nurses and doctors' slippers. Just all left down there. It's getting extremely hot down here as well. .6. Now this room, out of all the rooms in the basement, has got the most equipment from the firefighters in there. So these tanks that you can see on the floor of the basement are actually oxygen tanks. They were used for patients that were struggling to breathe and help them to breathe a little bit better. Now as well, these have been thrown down there. I don't think they're as contaminated as the rest of the stuff down there, but they didn't want to take any chances and just threw them down into the basement. And that's where they've been ever since. Again, more oxygen tanks, crates. Now this is a trolley that I'm guessing would have brought like tea, coffee, maybe medication as well, drinks to the patients, but most likely medication that the nurses would have pushed through to the patients. It is absolutely filled. The floor is completely covered in this room with patients' clothes, nurses' clothes, maybe some firefighters' clothes in there, not sure. Right, explorers. Like I said, it's not a good idea to be down here too long. So that is the basement explored. I think I've been down here long enough now. I don't want to tempt fate. I think it's time to leave. Oh, fresh air. Oh, I've never wanted to see the outside so bad. And there we have it, explorers. The basement of the hospital is now being explored. I've shown you. I will never go back down there ever again. Now it's time to get off these suits. Whew. That was an experience. Guys, we are now back outside. I feel so much better taking all that safety equipment off. It got so hot down there. Also, having the mask on. God, you scared me. God, that dog just scared me. You just scared the hell out of me, doggo. Right, before I was rudely interrupted, also my glasses started to steam up as well, so I was struggling to see down there. And at one point, I didn't see where the rest of them had gone, so I thought I took a wrong turn or something. But yeah, now we've explored that, guys, we are now heading to the morgue. That's another place that I haven't seen yet, so it's pretty interesting. Also, check out this bike. A kiddie's bike outside the hospital.